Welcome to Yupari Gaming. Today I'm gonna start main storyline of Gold Road. Here I am on Skingrad Vineyards Ways Rhine, and there is Skingrad, and here is Leramil the Wise.
Greetings, Proxy. I knew fate would draw you here. New troubles emerge in these lands. The footprints of the once forgotten prince now free. And where the prince walks, disturbance and disorder follow. But that is how we shall find her.
What sort of disturbances and disorder?
A secretive and violent order called the Recollection scours ruins throughout the Weald. Strange Daedric creatures harry the region. And the wood elf, King Nantharian, reigns over a newly grown forest. A sure sign the threads of fate have frayed.
What was that about threads of fate?
The lines of possibility that weave through reality and hold everything together. Athelia, the Daedric Prince of Paths, has been set free. Her presence threatens both our world and the realms beyond. Help me meet this threat, and you will be rewarded.
I'll help you deal with the threat of Italia. Where do we begin?
Let me mark your map. Frayed threads of fate point to Rustwall, the Ellenglin ruins, and Ostermere. And take this relic, the Echoneer. You might find it useful. My friend Baragon offered his townhouse in Skingrad. Let us meet there when we are done.
How do we stop Italia if we find her?
That is not an easy question to answer. Athelia is a Daedric prince. No mortal can match her power without assistance. Nor can Hermaeus Mora move against her while she walks our world. He is bound by the Cold Harbor Compact, while Athelia is not.
The Cold Harbor Compact?
An ancient agreement that prevents many of the most powerful Daedric princes from directly manifesting on Nern. Athelia was imprisoned long before the deal was struck, so she and the Daedra that serve her are not party to its restrictions.
Well, question is how the hell, like Seokorath, can manifest himself on Nern, and on Blackwood we saw Dagon, Merun's Dagon. Whatever. Maybe they just don't give a shit. What are we supposed to do then?
Find her, observe her, discover her plans. Use the Echoneer to reveal her memories. Mora chose you and requested I assist you. He believes you can help preserve reality from Athelia's threat. So we must trust that he shall guide us along the way.
There must be something else we can do, too.
We know that Daedric relics such as the Echoneer were used to help defeat Athelia in ancient times. Perhaps such items shall play a part again. For now, knowledge must be our weapon of choice, and our task is to arm ourselves as best we can.
I'm not sure I understand how Italia escaped.
It began with Torvasard, a clanless Dremora tormented by a dream he could not remember. He came to suspect that something had been taken from him, and that Hermaeus Mora was responsible. So Torvasard sought allies.
Happened in Necrom chapter. Allies.
The Daedric princes Vermina and Periite. Torvasard convinced them Mora had stolen their memories too. Together they invaded Apocrypha and reached the glyphics in which Mora kept the secret. There was another Daedric prince, Athelia.
What happened to Italia?
Hermaeus Mora rallied other princes against her. They defeated Athelia and Mora imprisoned her within the Mythos, the core of Apocrypha. Then he made everyone forget. Torvasad opened the glyphics and set the imprisoned memories free.
Then what happened?
When we followed Torvasad to Athelia's prison, he was as surprised as we were. She had already escaped. Perhaps the act of restoring her memory to the world was enough for her to set herself free. Now Athelia is loose and somewhere in Westweald.
Tell me about these sites you want me to investigate.
They are all within Westweald, not far from the city of Skingrad. Which location are you curious about?
Can you tell me about Ellenclin? Ellenclin? Something like that.
Ellenglin is a substantial Ayleid ruin that lies north of Skingrad. A lonely and peaceful spot, or so I have been told. Yet the threads of fate simply vanish in the vicinity. A phenomenon I have never observed before. We must determine why.
What was that about New Forest?
Recently, the vineyards of the southwest portion of the Weald were overgrown with a thick forest. Now wood elves led by King Nantharian have settled the city of Vashabar. So far these settlers have been peaceful, but Skingrad is concerned.
I'll head out to investigate those sites now.
Very good. I do not know what awaits you at Rustwall, but look for our ally Baragon at Ostermere. He mentioned he had business of his own there. As for Ellenglin, I will meet you there. I am quite curious to see those ruins.
Okay. I'll meet you there. Let's see. Where is it? Oh, there.
Rest easy, friend. You there! Let's help these people!
What?
You there! Let's help these people!
I wonder... Is this... do I have to do like quest here?
Didn't get enough of me while fighting the recollection in Grotwood, hmm? No time to catch up, though, friend. I have injured people here and more still in the village of Ostermere. How about we get them out safely before the ground shakes again?
What happened here?
Greenspeaker Sorrelin sent me a letter, asked me to meet her here. After I arrived, the ground rumbled like an angry timber mammoth. Whole buildings collapsed, trapping people. When the new forest appeared, it damaged the village. This may end it.
New Forest?
Apparently, a few months back, what was once rolling hills and rich Colovian farmland was suddenly engulfed by this great forest. Look, help me rescue more Ostermere survivors. Then we can find Sorrelin. I can toss you some coin for your efforts.
I'll help you rescue the villagers and search Greenspeaker Sorrelin.
Inside the village, listen for any calls for help. People could be buried under rubble or trapped inside collapsed buildings. Just watch out for the strange beasts. They appeared after the ground shook. And keep an eye out for Greenspeaker Sorrelin.
Tell me about Ostermere.
It's a typical Colovian village, or rather, it was, known for fishing and trade. As I understand it, when this forest sprang up a few months ago, it caused massive damage and drove the villagers away. They were starting to return when this happened.
We are pretty close to Wallenwood, aren't we?
Very. And this new forest, it's like Valenwood jumped the river and spread here. I remember when Ostermere was founded. Some wood elves thought it was a prelude to invasion, but a fishing settlement posed no threat, and cooler heads prevailed.
What's that about a new forest?
That's one of the things I'm looking into. Something caused this forest to grow rapidly, so I suspect some sort of magic was involved. From the growth pattern, I guess that this stretch of land along the river was where the new growth originated.
Could Valen would have caused this?
That's... I'd rather not speculate. Wood Elf magic can speed and direct growth, but not on this scale. And not so wild and untamed that it destroys whole villages. Still, I plan to look into all that. Later, after we help these people.
That's all I need to know about Ostumir.
Questions are all well and good, but we have people to save. Anything else you want to know? Otherwise, let's get on with the rescuing, friend.
What have you been up to since we last met?
I've tried to stay retired from adventuring, but recent events just pulled me back in. Something about the recollection makes my ears burn. That happens when I sense danger. Eventually, I'll go back to my scribe duties. Until the next adventure.
Heard from Evely Sharparrow lately.
Evely's traveling around Tamriel, leading the life of a wandering hero. She writes now and then to tell me stories of her adventures. I'm proud of who she's become. If I hear from her, I'll let her know I saw you.
What have you done since Crackwood?
Continued to investigate the recollection. Nothing new to report. I hope that Sorelin would help my efforts. She's smart and would make a good partner. Doing research, I mean. Until I learn more, tracking this odd cult will take up my attention.
I have some other questions.
There will be time to catch up after we help some people. We could kick back with some Sun's Dusk Ale and swap stories. What else did you want to know?
Do you know why Greenspeaker Sorelin asked you to meet here?
No clue at all. Her letter was quite short. All it said was she learned something in Ostamir. She said it was important, and I needed to see it for myself. She wants to share whatever she discovered with me. That's all I know.
You called Sorelin a Greenspeaker. Tell me about them.
The finest wielders of nature magic in Tamriel. Greenspeakers wiggle their fingers and a tree bends its shape into a home. They make it possible for wood elves to construct cities without harming the forest.
We should go look for Greenspeaker Sorelin.
I'm worried about her too, friend. But Sorelin is no delicate bellflower. She's shown me time and again that she's perfectly capable of defending herself. Let's help the other survivors, and then see if we can pick up her trail.
Sir.
Keep your ears open. Follow any shouts for help.
Help! I can't get out! The door's blocked!
Clear the rubble!
Thank the eight. I thought that was my grave.
My sister's trapped! We need help! It hurts so
These
much,
creatures
sister.
only exist in the Dawnwood.
I know,
They
little
look
bug.
so strange.
Please, help me move this. Thank you. I'm never coming back here.
Okay, one more.
Help! The vines won't let me go! Thanks. Even the plants want to kill me.
You're safe now. Go join your family.
Sorelin, you're alive!
Baragon! Oh. Who's your friend? I had no idea the ground would shake so violently when I asked Baragon to meet me here. Nature is nothing if not unpredictable. I also didn't expect him to bring a guest. So, who are you, friend of Baragon?
Just someone who happened by and decided to help him rescue survivors. Why did you invite him here?
Helping people in dangerous situations sounds just like Baragon. Can't fault him for accepting help. I asked him to join me in Ostermere because I found something amazing. Miraculous, even. He needs to see it for himself.
That sounds intriguing. What did you find?
No, no. The only way Baragon can understand this discovery is by experiencing it himself. How about we all see it together? It's down in the Aeliad ruins nearby. I'll show you both. It truly is remarkable.
All right, let's enter the Aelid ruins.
Baragon's an old friend. He'll appreciate my discovery. I hope you do as well. The ruins are to the southeast of the village. Meet me outside the entrance when you finish helping survivors. I can't wait for Baragon to see what I found.
Tell me about green speakers.
Green speakers are a vital part of any Bosmer community, and I cherish my role. Shaping the green is an art. It involves merging my voice with the song of nature and guiding how things grow. We don't control nature. Instead, we have a conversation.
Baragon explained that this forest growth happened recently. Is it the result of green speaking?
Did Baragon tell you that? No, ordinary green speaking can't manipulate something as large as this new forest, and certainly not as fast as it appeared. Beyond that, I'd rather not speculate. It goes against my training as a researcher.
And how do you know Baragon?
We grew up together. He started on a path of warrior and hunter, while I trained as a green speaker. He had an interest in scholarly pursuits as well, and we bonded over shared studies. He became a good friend.
Why did you come to Ostermere?
In addition to being a green speaker, I study Aeliads and the history of the wild elves for the University of Gwylem. The nearby ruins called out to me the moment I noticed them. And what I discovered... no, you really must see it.
You seem particularly interested in the Aelids.
Why wouldn't I be? All Bosmer can trace their lineage directly to the ancient Aeliads. Well, almost all. This history surprises many people and can be controversial, but my research definitively shows that we're the inheritors of that legacy.
Why would this be controversial?
A disgusting bigotry toward Bosmer pervades scholars from other cultures. To them, we're not worthy of such a noble ancestry. But plainly, they're wrong. You should read my book. It contains all the evidence needed to persuade any doubter.
Sorrelin wants to meet at the ruins east of here. Let's go.
Never a dull moment.
A whole stack.
The handwriting at the bottom of the note is definitely Sorrelin's. Running into ruins alone is just like her. But I didn't expect the recollection to be here. She's heading into more danger than she realizes.
The note indicates they are trying to recover a wildburn seed.
I've never heard of a seed, but the Wood Elves of Vashabar use Wildburn to refer to the strange blight along the edge of the new forest. Worry about that later. Let's focus on finding Greenspeaker Sorrelin before she runs afoul of the recollection.
Let's find Greenspeaker Sorrelin and investigate this seed.
We're off to face the recollection again, my friend. Those fanatics seem to be everywhere these days. We dealt with them once, so this should be easy, right? Let's head into the ruins and find Greenspeaker Sorrelin.
The recollection?
Some sort of cult made up mostly of disgruntled wood elves. Seems to have a connection to the ancient Aeliads, but I don't have all the details yet. That's why I am out here adventuring again. I want to figure out who they are and what they're up to.
Anything else you can tell me about the Wildburn?
Just that it's what the Wood Elves of Vashabar call the narrow band of devastation that runs along the northern edge of the New Forest. It separates the rest of Westweald from Dawnwood. I'm not sure what a wild-burn seed is, but I plan to find out. Those vines, that's the entrance to the ruins.
Okay, I'm not wasting my time.
Let's find Sorrelin first,
at the
friend.
moment. And I'm correct that
I knew
this
it.
is
The place
what
is thick with the
the
recollection.
main quest means, that what I have to do.
Sorrelin's up ahead. What's she looking at?
Do you feel it, Baragon? The grandeur of our history!
You're right. These ruins are incredible.
Do you feel it? The power of the Aelids pervades this place. Millennia separate us from the Heartland High Elves, but I can feel their legacy flowing through my blood. It pains me to see their glory buried in these ruins.
What did you bring us? What did you bring us down here to show us, Green Speaker?
This was all for Baragon's benefit. You're just an unintended spectator. I brought Baragon here to remind him of his Aeliad heritage. The recollection remembers their past. This land belonged to the Aelids, and we Bosmer are their rightful heirs.
Sounds like you admire the recollection.
Not at all, but some of their beliefs match my own. All that aside, I wanted to show Baragon what I found. A new type of seed. It's similar to what we green speakers use to grow and shape tree villages, but different. It thrums with unique potential.
The Wildburn seed.
Bug shells! Surprise ruined! I wanted to show him the wild burn seed. Talk to him. Discuss the recollection, both the good points and the bad. I suppose he'll want to take the seed before the recollection does. I suggest you hurry. They're close.
I'll research. I'll search for the Wildburn seed with Paragon.
The wild burn seed grows deep in the ruins. I suggest we split up. I'll lead the recollection on a merry chase while you and Baragon find the seed. And don't worry, I'm sure we'll meet up along the way. And Baragon, remember your history.
Can you tell me anything else about this Aelid ruin?
This style of architecture dates back to the late Merethic era. It combines majesty with practicality, so probably a place for Daedra worship and training. These Aelids seem to have been particularly fond of someone they called the Prince of Paths.
How are you going to avoid the recollection forces?
As I said, I plan to keep some of their attention on me instead of you. After that, well, I'm very stealthy. I have no doubt I can elude their patrols. And if I do get into trouble, I'm sure you and Baragon will come to my rescue.
Yeah, most probably.
Who ate all the jerky?
But no promises.
Sorrelin has a point. These ruins are too wondrous to let sit forgotten. Look, Greenspeaker Sorrelin, up on the walkway.
See, Baragon? The Colovians built atop our heritage! They buried it all!
That's how it works, Sorrelin. The new replaces the old.
I thought I could convince you that we'd find the Wildburn seed together.
What? Sorrelin, come back! Now she's up on the ledge.
Join me, Baragon. The recollection needs wood elves like you. We can finally claim our rightful inheritance.
You're with the recollection? Cracked acorns, what are you thinking? Follow her! How could Sorlin join the Recollection? The murderers!
Maybe she don't know what they have done.
Those doors. Let's try there. We need to find that seed. Sorlin, talk to me! I can't let you take that seed!
I won't fight you, Baragon. There are other seeds than these.
I'll go after it. Grab the seed and follow after me.
The Recollection seeks justice, Baragon, for all Bosmer.
Spilled blood and displaced families aren't justice!
We've been friends forever. Why won't you trust me?
The Recollection destroyed this village! Who knows what other harm the rapid growth caused?
I thought you'd understand. I thought you had vision.
No.
Yeah. Of course, there is always one.
I couldn't catch her. I've known Sorlin for almost my whole life. I cared about her, considered her a friend, perhaps more. Why didn't I see that she had been taken in by the Recollection? Maybe I could have done something. Blight, this hurts.
Queen Speaker Sorrelen talked about justice and inheritance. Do you know what she meant?
She always claimed Ayleid land belonged to the Wood Elves, but that was purely academic before. Sounds like the Recollection promised to make it real. Could be why they wanted the Wildburn seed. Speaking of which, did you get it?
Yes, here you go.
I've never seen a seed like this before. It feels wrong. You're working with Laramil, right? She needs to know what we discovered here. Meet us back in Skingrad. I have a townhouse there. Oh, and take this. You more than deserve it for helping me.
Thanks.
Sure, my lifelong friend joined a violent cult, but you and I actually did some real good today. We saved people in Ostermere and kept this seed away from the Recollection. When you're ready, meet Laramil and me at my townhouse in Skingrad.
I need to investigate Rostwall next.
That's Count Calantius' estate. It's just east of Skingrad. It's a beautiful location. As I understand it, the Count uses it as a retreat from the duties of his court, and as lodging for important guests. I'm still waiting for my invitation.
Do you think the crowd shaking and the wildburst seed are connected?
I have little experience with either, so any speculation is merely a guess. If Ostermere was truly the epicenter of the new forest growth, the land there could simply be unstable. Or perhaps Ifrei shook the ground to warn us and get our attention.
Why would Green Speaker Sorrelen join the Recollection?
I'm not sure. They certainly spout rhetoric that matches many of her closely held beliefs. I thought those beliefs were simply musings, but the Recollection seeks to put them into deadly practice. Be sure, when next we meet, I plan to ask her why.
Okay. Yes, so... It might be that at least these first quests require to do side quests, which is kind of... I don't know why. Doesn't really make any sense. Maybe there is wrong quest marker. Because I guess you technically you could accidentally mess up the whole storyline if you do main side quests first. But let's see where this place is. Oh, there. But I'm gonna end this first part of main storyline here and continue on next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on next one. Bye.